Hello everybody and welcome to our second archery show live from the sidelines of the Hyundai Archery World Cup. We are here in Salt Lake City. My name's Chris, I'm joined by Emily and our two special guests today, Sara Lopez and Stephan Hansen, two of the best compound archers in the world. How are you doing, guys?
I'm fine, thanks.
Not too bad. Actually not really good because I'm sick, but that's fine.
You're going to power through for us. And before we crack on, I'm going to say it's a special happy birthday to Stephan, who was turning 23 yesterday. So happy birthday, Stephan. Round of applause. Well done. So we've got a program of events on this podcast for us today, and we're going to do some fletching challenge with some spin wings, which these guys don't even use, so that could be funny. We got a little quiz by Emily, and we got some interview questions. And guys at home, if you're watching, please do send your questions in on the Facebook chat, and we'll pose them to both Sara and Stephan. So before we start, Emily, do you want to ask some questions about yesterday and the qualification rounds?
Yeah, so Sara, you did amazing. You ended up 21 points ahead of your next competitor, and it was really windy. So how did that go with you?
Well, my mental game was, I don't know, like cracking a little bit, and I tried to keep my technique like always the same, even if the arrows wouldn't hit the 10. And I was always aiming at the 8 at 9 o'clock, and the wind will just drag them right in the 10. So I just kept that in mind to keep my technique clean, because when I shoot in the wind, I always get target panic, and I don't want to get that here. Because I have a lot of competitions next week. So that was my main goal.
Awesome. So consistency.
Yeah, and it seemed to work. Don't think about the numbers, just think about the technique.
I was watching you on the line, and everyone else seemed to be trying to hold for quite a while, but you were
you were so quick.
Up and away, like, oof, it was kind of scary.
It works actually. I don't know how, but I'm trying to teach my teammates to do that, and it seems to be working, to shoot very quickly.
Okay, and on the other end of the line, Stephan, none of the guys really shot to the level that they'd want to, but in the wind, it's always tough. Tell me how you felt throughout the qualification.
I felt fine. Nothing really special. It was just decent qualification. Didn't really worry too much about it. Just had to get in a fine spot for the finals, and third place I was fine. It wasn't too big of a deal. I didn't really care that much to be first or shooting a good score. I just wanted to shoot fine and then just move on to the finals.
Did you shoot your back tension still?
Yeah.
That's got to be rough, right?
No, it wasn't. There was times where I could shoot it fine. I never punch anything with a hinge, but you just had to wait a little and just find the holes in the wind where you could shoot them.
Do you typically shoot with a hinge in the wind? Yeah. Do you ever switch to a button?
If it got worse, I probably would.
If it got worse,
yeah.
Okay.
If the wind is more consistent, so there was never a time where you really could make the shot fire, I probably would.
Okay.
But here I felt like there was times where you could make decent shots, so I didn't even care about it. I just wanted to shoot a hinge all the way.
Yeah, that's good to hear, because a lot of archers, they like kind of switch, their technique.
What were you shooting? Button?
No, bottom. Yeah, the normal one. I can't shoot back tension.
No?
I can't.
Why not?
You always shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hit my face every time I try to open a bow. So.
You should get some tips off Stephan. coaching, yeah.
Yeah.
What's your rate, Stephan? I'll take 10%. So Chris led the men. Sara, you're topping the women. We've got a bit of a break this morning. So what's going on behind us right now? Sara, do you want to explain what's happening?
Well, I think we had some matches individually. I was practicing, trying to clear my mind from yesterday, and we have mixed teams later, so trying to get ready for them.
What are the conditions like today compared to yesterday, do you think?
They're perfect if you compare them to yesterday. There's a lot of wind sometimes, and I get nervous. Even if it's just a little bit of wind, I start to trying to trick, but I don't want to do that. I want to keep my technique like the same, even if I don't hit the 10.
It's kind of hard when you shoot in a lot of wind and then go back to shoot without wind, because you're kind of expecting the wind to come. Like you're thinking about if the wind is gonna come, or how are you gonna make a faster shot, or are you gonna change anything. Like I was talking with Linda and Steve about it also at some point, and when they would shoot indoor or shoot outside here, when they shoot outside and go back indoor, it'll take like a day or two to get back to feeling normal and aiming the same way.
And you're both shooting in a mixed team this afternoon, right?
Yeah.
So how are you back to normal already? You reckon you're fine to go in calm conditions today?
I feel good. Yeah.
I don't know. I was laying in bed until 9:30, so I didn't practice at all yet.
Just before we carry on, what about this venue? It's a purpose-built archery range, but when the World Cup's here, there's some cool stuff indoors. You want to tell me a little bit about what's going on inside the athlete lounge here?
Yeah, so Hoyt has like an athlete lounge where they have cornhole and table tennis and all kind of things, and just for the archers to have fun when they're not shooting, just to hang out and be socializing with each other, playing PlayStation or whatever.
How many matches of FIFA have you lost so far?
I have only played once, and I beat Braden 7-0 and 1-0.
7-0? Do you know the rule?
Oh yeah, I'm Danish, of course I know rules of...
No, the rule, if you beat someone 5-0.
Really?
He has to call his mum and apologize.
He does?
Yeah, that's the world.
I'll tell him that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call him and tell him that.
Excellent stuff. Alright guys, so we're gonna carry on with our program today, and first up is my most exciting part of the day, which is the fletching challenge, and we have upgraded for this event. Somebody went to Walmart to buy a scoreboard. Last time on the archery show, Chef did it in 1 minute 40. He fletched an arrow in 1 minute 40, and Mac Brown fletched it in 1 minute 44. Where do you think you guys are going to go?
5 minutes.
5 minutes?
I guess it depends how good it have to be. I mean, we're not gonna shoot it, so...
So the rules of the fletching challenge are... It's a head-to-head and time trial contest, so Emily's going to time Stephan, I'm going to time Sara. It's 1 arrow from bare shaft to acceptably fletched. That's what I'm going to decide. Whether Sara is acceptably fletched, and Emily is going to decide whether Stephan's is acceptably fletched, okay?
Okay.
No interfering with each other's fletchings, except verbal interference. Do you reckon you can rest that on there?
Okay.
I think we need this in the background.
Here.
Oh yeah, look at that. Right, so here's an arrow for you, Stephan, and here's an arrow for you, Sara.
Okay.
I'm just gonna give you some veins. There's 3 veins each. You need spares, do you think? Are you gonna mess up that badly? Or?
No.
We'll ask you. We probably will.
Oh, it's 4. You've got 4.
Where do you put the glue in this?
Where do you put the...
We don't glue spin wings. Just put that tape thing on.
Oh gosh.
I'm not sure how this works.
I don't
that's
know.
good. No, we're good. So there's the fletching tape.
Okay.
And
You
here's
have
the top and
just
tail
one of
tape.
those. Okay.
One of those per
Okay.
vein. Okay, so if you want to get up the timer, so if you go to Google,
Okay.
You don't have a scissor or something, so you can cut this.
I have a knife.
Google.
Okay.
What am I typing into Google?
Stopwatch.
This is not gonna be good.
Okay.
I'm gonna cut down.
Perfect.
Right, so you're pre-cutting. Are you pre-cutting?
No, I'm just
Are you cheating?
No. I just so we don't have to use the same piece of.
Hey, no practicing, eh? No
Okay,
practicing.
whatever. We'll be
Okay.
Okay, so are you ready? Do you know what you're doing?
No.
No, not a clue.
No.
Okay, let's put a time limit on it. What's the maximum amount of time they can take?
Let's see.
4 minutes.
Winning is 140. Yeah.
Yeah, 4
4
minutes.
minutes would be fair.
4.
At 4 minutes, there'll be
I
a
have
did
never
not finish
done
line at the
this before in
bottom.
my life, so I don't know
Yeah.
how much I will take. Okay.
Okay, are you
I
ready?
think so. I
we
think my
count
teammates
down?
will kill me because I don't know how to do this.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
You go ahead.
We good? This is exciting.
Yeah. So what are you doing, Sara?
I'm trying to do what Anna does.
What Anna does. What does Anna do?
Fletch arrows?
So you're going for the Mac Brown approach, which is putting the tape on the fletch first. Stephan's going for the old school approach.
I got no idea how.
I don't know what I'm doing right now. You're supposed...
I would be just as lost.
Have you ever done this?
No, I'm a compounder.
Ah!
Have you ever shot spin wings out of your compound, Stephan?
No, never.
What is this?
It's fine. It's extra. I think you can just stick it
You
straight
put
on
it in
now.
the wrong way. Yeah, I did.
Never mind.
Yeah, I did.
It's right. Just stick it on. Just stick it on.
No.
Oh God.
How many have you done, Sara? I can't see you. There's a microphone in the way.
I think he's on his second. Are you on your second? He's focusing.
He's focusing. Sorry.
Yeah, what are you trying to do? Sabotage?
Yeah.
This
is your team.
Yeah, this is my team.
This is my team. So you said you don't even fletch your own arrows, Sara.
Sometimes I do, but I always do that.
Who fletches your arrows for you?
Ever.
Ever, your coach?
Yeah.
What about you, Stephan? Do you fletch your own arrows?
Oh yeah.
Well, I do, but I don't do a good job. So you always fix them.
Why have a coach? Why have a
my
coach if he's not
gosh.
going to fletch your
You're
arrows
doing
for
so
you?
good.
What did I do wrong here?
They're doing good.
How many arrows do you normally have fletched in your case?
Like 16.
16.
Yeah. So I lost the other ones.
Oh.
And you, Stephan?
It depends. Do we need to put this?
Yeah,
down
top and
also?
tailing tape. What are you on? You're on 2 minutes already.
We are.
Yeah.
I thought I was quick.
Time flies, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, make sure you're ready to stop when he's done. When he's
You're
done.
gonna have to let me know, Stephan.
Yeah, you have to pass your arrow to Emily to.
Oh, I have to check it and then stop it?
No, stop it and then
Stop
and
it
then
and then
check
check?
it.
Okay.
I like that a compound is gonna check the spin wings because she probably. Where's the tape thing? Did you steal
I'll be
it?
fair.
No.
Oh, it's right here.
Oh, you're so close. Let me know when you're all done.
Where do you put this?
On the top and bottom. So you just clip the top and stop.
Okay. 244.
Ah.
Yeah. It looks good.
Yeah, you reckon?
I
Yeah.
would hit a 10 with that arrow.
I mean,
It's actually evenly spaced.
if
and
you hit a
everything.
10 with that arrow, we'll take a minute off the time. It spins? Does it spin? Is that the arrow bent or is that the fletching is completely off
Oh,
kilter?
you know what?
I'm done.
Stop.
Might be.
307. Acceptable, Stephan. Well
Yeah.
done.
Thank you.
Congratulations. What? Got Sara's.
2 minutes and 44 seconds.
That's pretty good. That's
Thanks.
quite impressive. What do you think? Who did better?
Him.
Oh, she did.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Check Stephan's.
Because they are more straight, like they're the same. Mine, I put them a bit quick on.
I don't know how this works.
Alright, I'm gonna pass me the board and I'm gonna put the times up. Sara, you did it. Get ready to applaud. In 3 minutes
Okay. That's 2 minutes there.
That's
and
not
8
bad.
seconds.
There you go.
I still prefer compound.
Stephan,
2 minutes and 44 seconds.
2 minutes and 44 seconds. Round of applause for Stephan, who won, everybody. So we were going to change it and we were going to do a D-loop challenge.
Oh.
Let's see.
No.
Who would have won that one?
I won't.
No? You don't do your D-loops either?
No, I don't.
Does ever do your D-loops?
Yeah.
Do you do your own D-loops, Stephan?
Yeah.
I don't do anything in my bow
Really?
except for painting the bow and put stickers on it.
The really important things.
Yeah, to look pretty.
If you were to choose anyone to work on your bow for you, who would it be?
I don't know. That's a good question. Probably Damsbo because we're thinking the same way.
You're a lucky woman. Do you like dealing with your kit? Do you like?
yeah, I don't mind tuning things, checking things, setting things up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like
It's part of the job, I feel like.
You like playing.
Yeah, like figuring out what can be moving small things to make everything a little bit better.
You do any of that? Or?
Well, I always wanted to learn, but he doesn't let me.
No?
So, no.
Ah, better. He
I will learn someday.
Emily, you've got some questions for the two of these guys.
Yes, I do. So we'll start with Sara, because ladies first.
Okay.
So what is your best competition memory?
I don't know, I think in Medellin when I shot 150, because my parents were there, and it was my first year in the national team, so it was kind of cool.
Which match did you shoot 150 in?
Semifinals, I think? No, it was before that. It was against Laura Longo from Italy.
Okay.
That's really special that your family could be there.
Yeah, because they were there. It was my first time shooting Colombia in a World Cup, and it was their first time for my parents also in a World Cup, so it was cool.
That's so cool.
What about you, Stephan? Best competition memory?
Obviously Copenhagen.
Yeah.
Hometown, home country, everything. So just always different when your family is there and everybody that you know is there supporting you. So
that's really cool. That's amazing. Of all the places you guys have been, home is
home is where the heart is.
yeah.
Guys, don't forget we're asking questions, but if you want to ask any questions, please do send them in on the Facebook live stream, and we'll pose them to Sara and Stephan at the end of this podcast. Talking of Copenhagen, you won like how many matches in the eliminations on that eliminations field?
All of them.
All of them. It was like 5 in a row because you didn't make the top 8, did you?
No. So I shot 48, 24, 16, 1/8, quarter, and semi. So 6 finals.
Wow.
So six finals is how many arrows?
Times 15. I don't know what that's gonna be. 90 arrows.
90 arrows. How many of those arrows do you remember?
And then the shoot off. 91.
How many arrows do you really remember shooting?
Nothing, I think.
No?
Not really. No.
So what do you remember of that day?
Not much, I think. It's usually like that. I don't remember many of the finals. I remember the outcome, but I don't remember like specific. I remember actually the 3 arrows I shot X1010 or whatever I shot when the rain got extremely crazy and some people were shooting 7s and 6 and all that. I shot my arrows super quick and I just walked off the line, and I was against the guy from Egypt who used to this warm weather, and I'm from Denmark. I know how the weather can be, so I just shot my arrows quick, walked off the line, took some warm clothes on, and I was fine. He was standing there getting wet and getting like nervous and cold, and yeah.
Cool.
Very cool. We ready for the next one?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So we'll start with Sara again. Is there ever an end to your competition goals? So you've done so much, it's like, does it really ever end, or do you keep compounding with goals?
I really want to win the World Championships someday. And I tried so hard in Mexico and it didn't work because I was thinking about the medal and it was a big mistake for me. I really want to win the next time, and also it's our first time in Pan American Championships. It will be next year, so I really want to win that because I have never shot there. Also, this year we had South American Games. I have never been there because Compound was out of the competition, and we won. So it's really cool. I want to win each competition that I can, and I only have to win Pan American Championships and the World Championships, and then I will be done.
You always say that you wanna go back and do your school and become a doctor. My private doctor, obviously. How long will you give yourself to win the World Championships before you go back and be a doctor?
This is the last chance.
Yeah? So 2019 is your last
chance. If I don't do it, I will go back to school, I will finish, and then I will come back. Okay. But this is the last chance.
Okay. But the goal is to come back.
Yes, obviously.
What kind of doctor do you want to be?
I always wanted to be an oncologist, a pediatric oncologist, but now with archery and stuff, I really want to work with athletes, so I don't know yet.
That makes sense.
Okay, what about you, Stephan? What's the end to your competition? You've won the World Championships, you've come second at the World Championships.
I don't see an end to anything. I don't plan my future like that. There's so many competitions and I take all of them like as a new one. It's not really anything different. I go shoot ASA 3D after this, and it's just a different kind of system and a different way of shooting, and I don't really have any special thing that I think, oh, if I win this, then it's time to stop. I don't care. It's my job to do this, and I'm going to continue as long as I can. Money is good, so why not continue?
Fair enough.
Do you have a favorite discipline? Because you said you do.
Not really. I think many people have asked me, and I'm like, in some ways, all of it is kind of the same. I mean, it's just different way. Like shooting a 3D, we only shoot 20 arrows a day, and it feels like we never shoot almost nothing. But
Right.
But you still have to draw back, you still have to aim on something, and you have to shoot a shot. So it's basically the same as shooting here. We know the distance, so I don't have to guess anything. But indoor, it's just have good things about all of it. Outdoor, 50 meter, you're in the good weather. Hopefully it's not that windy. And indoor, it's just you and your bow, and really no effects of anything. And 3D is just kind of like, how dark is it? How's your setup? How, like, you have to have like a little bit of a game plan, so you don't go too aggressive, but still not too slow. Kind of.
Could you make a decision on where to shoot on?
Yeah, how hard you want to aim, because in 3D the 12 ring, that is the highest score, is at the edge of the 10 ring, and it's really close to an 8. So if you go too aggressive and you miss the 12 and you shoot an 8, you get. So we count 10 is even, and then if you shoot an 8, you are kind of -2. And then if you have a long distance, you don't want to go too aggressive and then shoot an 8 and then go minus. Instead of go a little bit smart and then just kind of go a little bit safe and shoot a 10 and then be closer to getting podium. But
have you ever been tempted to do some of these disciplines?
No, because we don't have that in Colombia. We don't even have indoors.
No?
So.
Well, I don't have it in Denmark either. That's why I fly
Well,
here.
I shoot outdoors
Well, we do,
actually,
but,
but I
Okay.
can't just go to another country and try that because I don't have time and I don't have enough money to do that. So maybe I will do that someday, but for now I will stay with outdoors.
Okay, fair enough.
Very cool. Sounds like a good balance. So Sara, what does juggling student life and practice mean to you?
Well, it's really hard because sometimes when the year starts, I tell the federation I won't shoot this year. I will stay in school, and then they call me and say, "We have the tickets, we have everything, we have the hotel rooms. You have to quit school." And it's really hard for me to go out of school and say I won't study this year, and I have scholarships, I have everything there, and they are helping me out. So it's disappointing for them, but I'm trying my best. I made an arrangement so I can shoot this season, and I have to finish the semester in August. So it's hard. It's really hard.
When you're home, what are you doing? Are you going to school for a couple of hours?
I go to
or-
school, and some days when I have time I practice, but for like 1 hour every day.
1 hour on the Sara Lopez archery range.
That's
Yes.
That's like only 1 week old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you proud?
Yeah, I'm real proud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It's
a
really
great
cool because it was like a law that only dead people could have places named after them, and they changed the rule for me. So that's cool.
That's amazing.
Well, have you got an archery range named after you, Stephan?
No.
Is that a life goal?
No. No, definitely not. And I don't even practice at the same range for a week, so I'm traveling too much to do that.
What's it like, your range?
It's really small.
Yeah?
And we have a lot of animals, so it's really cool.
What kind of animals?
We have foxes and some animals that are from Colombia. We have, I don't know how to say that in English.
Can you say it in Spanish?
No.
Yeah.
Guatin? Guatin. It's like it's like a, I don't know the name that animal in English.
Is it small? Is it big?
It's
like
like
a pig.
this big. It's like a pig.
Yeah.
Oh!
But
It's,
it's brown and hairy.
it's like a big guinea pig.
Something like that, but bigger.
Are they friendly or are they mean?
No, they don't get close to us.
It's a capybara.
It's smaller.
Smaller than a capybara.
Yes.
I love them.
Yeah, and we have.
They're cool.
I don't know how to say it in English either.
Iguanas?
We have, yeah, but
I've always
the
wanted
birds.
a
The,
iguana.
Yeah.
I don't know the name of that in English.
Say it in Spanish.
I can't even remember in Spanish. No, loros. Loros. Parrots?
Parrots.
I think.
Yeah, parrots.
I don't know. Yeah, but it's cool. It's really small and
How many
it's
targets?
Really hot. I don't know, like 15, 20.
And that's the archery range that you practice on every single
Yes.
day.
Yes.
Okay.
Is that where your team practices?
No.
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 Okay.
When I have time, I go, and when I don't, I stay at home and study. But I have a target at home, so I shoot there sometimes.
Is there like a gate to get in or anything?
No.
Okay. Because I'm thinking of the day when, you know, like there's a new guy there and they don't know who you are and you rock up and they say, you can't shoot here. And you say, no, Don't you know who I am? My name's on the wall.
No, it's not like that.
No?
There's a lot of kids and new archers, so it's growing a lot in my city.
Okay.
It's really cool.
That's a really good thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Sounds cool.
That is really awesome. Okay, Stephan. So you said before that sometimes you can get disappointed with yourself. So when things go really well the other way, like how do you feel about that? Do you feel really proud and excited, or do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess proud might be the word. I'm just like happy that the work that I do pays off, I think.
Okay.
Like when you practice a lot standing somewhere, just practicing by yourself, kind of get boring at some point, but when you know it's worth it, it doesn't matter as much. So yeah, I'm just like happy that things is turning out the right way as it should. Like you can be unlucky in archery sometimes, shooting well and lose anyway, but I feel like when everything goes out the right way, I'm just like happy and proud of myself. Yeah.
You talk about archery more of a business, much more of a business than many people. I know that's how you kind of see your career as it's a job for you.
Yeah.
How has that changed your perspective of the sport? In terms of when you start, it's all about happiness. You enjoy, and then you start to make money out of it, and then it's a bit more serious. How has it changed your kind of opinion?
It haven't really changed that much. I just have to look at it that way of a business. I think it haven't really changed. Like I still only go to the competitions that I really kind of want to, not necessarily if the money is good. Then, and I really don't like the competition, I wouldn't go. Like it's just about for me to get like a normal kind of job, a normal like day kind of job. So it's not because archery you're really on all the time. People can write you at 10 in the evening, and sometimes you have to answer, and you're not really free at any point. And sometimes you just kind of have to put a break on it and say, okay, from this evening I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna go out and get some good food and do nothing else, like go to the cinema or whatever. But when I'm working, then I'm on it, and I'm planning and booking and all that stuff.
So even though it's a job, you still find joy in it.
Yeah,
and you search
it's
for
still
joy in
totally
it.
a hobby for me, but
That's awesome.
just get some money out of it.
Cool.
Very cool.
Last question then, just to speed things up. Both of you got to pick 3 archers to shoot in a team with. Any archers, but they can't be from your current team. Otherwise, that's just boring. Okay, so Sara. So 2 archers, there's obviously.
Yeah,
You're one
I was
of them.
like, are we a
Gonna
team
be
of 4?
only girls?
4 team.
Only girls?
Anybody
Okay.
you want.
I will say Jessin Bostan.
Yeshin Bostan, yeah?
Yes, and Martin.
Martin Damsberg. Interesting, why?
I don't know. I think Martin is the best archer in the world. He's amazing. He's a nice person. He shoots amazing. He's kind, and I have always admired him. And Jessin, she's shooting amazing. She's the next person to beat. She will be on her top game next season. I know it. So she's the next to beat, and I don't know. It would be cool to have her next to me.
Very good, very good. Stephan, you're 2?
Is it a team that we have to win with, or is it a team of people that I like?
Whatever you choose. Whatever you choose.
I think I'll have Aaron Tedford, just because it will be hilarious, and I like him a lot. We travel a lot together. And then I don't know. I think I'll help Braden because he's shooting really well and he's doing really well right now.
Fair enough, absolutely. Okay, good choices. Teams we'll never see.
Teams with
Unless some of you fancy changing nationality.
Oh man.
Oh man. Right, okay, we're on to the quiz. My second favourite part of the day.
Am I quizzing both of them?
You're going to quiz both of them, but one at a time.
Who do I go?
We're going to go with, who goes first? Do you want to play rock, paper, scissors for it? Or?
You can start.
Oh, no.
Ladies first, no problem.
Ladies first. So you're going to do Sarah first.
Okay.
That's the column on the
I'm
right.
scared.
You've got 60 seconds
Okay. I will try and talk fast and clear.
to answer as many questions
Okay.
as Emily can ask you. If she starts a question and then the buzzer goes, then she'll finish the question and you can answer it. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah? Do you understand?
I think so.
She's going to answer.
I'm just
Pass
gonna.
or something if we don't know the answer.
No, pass it. I want an answer.
Okay, we just have
Okay,
to say
I can
something.
say
All right.
anything, even if it's wrong.
You have to
Sure.
say something.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
You just have to say something.
Okay.
Okay. And
Okay.
Emily's going to ask. I'm going to answer.
So are you
No, I'm gonna-
answering?
What?
Are you answering right away or at the end?
So you're gonna ask the question. They're
Yes.
gonna give an answer, and I'm gonna say correct or false, and then give the answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And then after you say that, I'm
You're gonna carry on.
okay.
Okay.
Okay. So the 60 seconds is up on the board there. Someone's gonna sound a horn when the 60 seconds is up. Excellent. Are you ready?
Think
Are you
so.
gonna do a countdown?
I'm gonna count down.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
What is your best ranking round score in competition?
There's a mistake with that.
World
It's
record.
7:13.
Yes. Correct.
Okay. What is Stephan's world ranking right now?
First.
Yes. Correct.
Okay. Which compound woman won back-to-back world titles in 2009 and 2011?
Albina.
Yes. Correct.
Good. What was the top compound men's score yesterday?
699.
Correct.
Where and when did you win your first World Cup stage individually?
Talia.
When?
2013.
Correct.
Cool. Where and when did you make your World Cup debut?
Ogden.
In
2012.
correct.
Good. What is the maximum draw weight of a competition compound bow?
60.
Yes. Has Stephan won more or less than 70% of his career matches?
More?
More correct. 75.
How many points did you shoot in the gold medal match at the last World Cup final?
149.
No, incorrect.
Oh! Last question.
145.
Who won?
That's it. That's
Oh,
it.
that was it?
Yeah.
What?
That was quick.
Dang.
When?
In the gold medal match.
Gold medal match, World Cup final.
I thought you said World Cup in Shanghai.
World Cup final.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, dang it.
No worries. So you
I don't even remember the World Cup, so
145.
You answered 9 questions and you got 8 correct.
thank you.
Well done, Sara.
Yeah, you're good.
Stephan, are you going to do more or less than 8 correct?
We'll see what questions you have.
Oh, that was kind
They're
of
pretty
stressful.
similar. They're pretty similar.
It was fun.
Yeah. Okay. Are you ready?
You did so good.
Round 2. Timer coming up. All good?
Okay, you got
Ready?
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
Nervous?
No.
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 3, 2, 1, go.
How many individual medals at World Championships do you have? All ages and disciplines.
All ages.
World
Also
Championships.
indoor.
Yeah.
Oh, like 6. I don't know.
7.
What is Sarah's world ranking right now?
Second.
Yeah.
Correct.
In what year was compound added to the World Championships?
2000.
1995.
What was the top compound woman's score yesterday?
97.
Correct.
Where and when did you win your first World Cup stage individually?
Shanghai last year.
Yes, correct.
If you shot in a mixed team match and it went to a shoot-off, how many arrows would you have shot?
Would you have shot?
Would you have shot?
8.
No. Shoot off.
In the shoot-off.
No. Total.
Match
9.
shoot-off. 9.
9. Yeah.
How many archers theoretically make the cut after qualification in tournament?
104.
Correct.
Wow. For how many days was Sara ranked consecutively world number 1 until the middle of last year?
That's not fair. 1,000 something. I don't know.
33.
Correct.
Yep.
How would I know?
So, how many points did you shoot in the gold medal match at the last World Cup final?
45.
Correct, but that doesn't count. So you answered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 questions, and how many did you get right?
5.
6.
That was really hard question. When did
Yeah.
Big round of
compound
applause.
go
Those were a little harder.
World Archery Championship? How would I
2000
know?
also.
What?
You would have said that?
You would have
Yeah.
said 2000?
We were born that year, 1995.
Yeah.
So how we'll know that?
You should know your archery history, guys. Come on, read up. Next time I invite you
We're
on
1
this,
year old.
you'll
Oh, those are
you'll
gonna be
read the
only history
Wikipedia
questions.
Wow. I feel
Cheating.
that was not equal. I was helping the girls.
You did good. I'm proud of you. Right. We have some questions for you from the people at home, the lovely people at home, before we close our live stream up today. The first one is from from a guy we all know, Chef Vandenberg. What is your favorite Harry Potter spell? Sarah?
my gosh.
Lumos.
What's that?
Lumos.
What does that mean?
It's in Spanish,
Okay.
to turn on the light.
Are you a Harry Potter fan?
Is that
Are
a
you asking
question?
me that?
Do you know anything about Sara?
Really?
I love Harry Potter.
Which character do you like?
I like Genie. Yeah, and Sirius Black.
Okay. Do you know where I was before I came here?
Huh?
Do you know where I was before I came here?
I know.
Yeah, I was in Harry Potter
I
World
hate
in
you.
Universal, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Jenny Sosi, sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Stephan, when did you receive your first medal, and how did you feel in that moment?
First, like, medal, I don't know, 2004 or something.
How old
like
were you?
9, maybe 3. That was 8. I don't know.
How did it feel?
I have no idea.
On top of the world, I'd imagine.
The only medal I remember is, I don't know the year, like 4 or 5 or something like that. There was one guy that always beat me in Denmark, and the first time I beat him, I remember that time.
Yeah.
That's the medal I remember.
Why do you remember it?
Because I always would lose, and I won in a shoot-off, so it's kind of like where the turning point kind of was.
That's cool.
That's very cool.
Moment X, where it all started. This is a good question. Yashoda Devi says, how many days of vacation without archery do you guys take each year?
Like 5.
Right, yeah. What do you do with your vacation days?
I just stay at home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Watching Harry Potter?
Yes.
Sweet. Stephan?
Yeah, I was actually in Greece 5 days. That's pretty much
What
it.
did you do in Greece?
Just holiday, laying on the beach, doing nothing.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Chef asks again. He's got some good questions. Do you guys still look up to other people and learn from other top archers, or do you only learn from yourselves?
Yeah, I do.
Who?
A lot of people.
Yeah?
Actually. Him, Rio, Martin, Peter Elsinga.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why are these people?
Because they're always shooting so good, and they're always like in the news, and you see them on Facebook and everything. And when they lose, they're like nothing happened, and it hits me really hard. And they seem to be okay with it. So I'm trying to be like them, to not take that seriously.
Okay. Yourself?
Chef is my biggest idol. Nah, well, of course that was a lie, but but of course there is people that I think is good archers that I don't know if I would like to be them when I get older, but if you can say that, but of course there's people that I think is a good archers and that I admire.
Was there anyone when you were like growing up, when you were a bit younger? So I remember when I started shooting, I had a picture of Kim Soon Young on the archery wall. Like, and I got to meet Kim Soon Young when I started in this job, and I got weak at the knees. You know, it was a really big moment for me because that was who I remember looking up to when I was younger. Was there anyone that you had that kind of moment with?
Albina. And Erika.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I met her in 2013 in the World Cup, and I took some pictures with her, and I was like almost crying. And the next day I got in the medal match, so she was asking like, who's this girl? Like, it was cool.
Yourself?
Yeah, all the guys that was winning at the time when I was young, like I remember pulling arrows in 2009 in Copenhagen when the World Cup final was there, and shot a world record there.
That's cool.
So obviously that was a cool thing.
Who did you pull arrows for?
I don't remember, because I actually, right when Braden shot the world record, I had to go and get lunch. So on the way to where I got lunch, we could hear that he shot the record.
So you were a volunteer at the world. That's really cool. I never knew that. That's good fact. A couple more questions just to finish off. How many arrows do you guys shoot per week?
It depends if I have to go to school or not. Sometimes I shoot 200 every day, and I take one day off. And some days I shoot 80 arrows, so it depends on the week.
Do you have a practice set of arrows and a competition set of arrows, or you just have sets of arrows?
Actually, right now I'm competing with my practice arrows.
Okay, well, yourself, Stephan?
Maybe like around 1,000 a week, I would say. There's a lot of traveling days, and there's a lot of time where you just can't shoot. But yeah, probably like around 1,000 normal weeks. Like.
Is there an optimum number of arrows?
I think it all depends. For example, recurrent compound obviously is different, but it all depends on how you do it, because I think many people, they do it wrong, that they think that shooting more arrows is gonna help you shoot better. But if you're just shooting quantity, it's not gonna necessarily change anything. It all depends on the time of the season. For example, for me, start outdoor season or start indoor, I will shoot more. quantity arrows, just to get used to the different feeling of shooting longer distance, shorter distance, whatever. So it all kind of like, you have to figure out a plan of when you're shooting a lot. I think like it's not good to 1 week before a competition start shooting a ton of arrow. It's not gonna change anything in the competition. It's like the long run, you have to spread it out. And
okay. So it's about planning. And how much planning do you do? Like, is it more just a mental thing, or do you really sit down?
I just kind of know when it's good. Or it also depends on how I shoot. Actually, when I shoot good, I shoot less. When I shoot bad, I shoot more, because I get annoyed or angry at myself, and then I want to kind of fight more for shooting better. So it all depends on the year and all that stuff. It's
and the situation.
Yeah. Competition you're going to, for example, when you shoot 3D, for example, you almost doesn't shoot any arrows, because a lot of different distance, and you have to get used to a lot of things, checking side marks. But for target, you just go and shoot and shoot and shoot, and you don't really have to worry as much about anything.
So we've got 2 more questions just to finish off. Sara, what is your mental checklist when shooting? That question was from Carla. Say hi to Carla.
Hi. I don't know. Sometimes I don't think about anything at all. Sometimes I think about home. Sometimes I think about, I don't know, making a good shot. It depends.
So you don't have something where you step on the line, you
no,
do
I
this,
don't.
you think that?
No, it depends of the day. Yesterday I wasn't thinking at all. And when I'm having a rough time, I try to remember my technique, but it depends.
Do you ever have those days where you, especially in practice, where everything's going really well, and then you just kind of like phase out, and suddenly you've shot hundreds of arrows and you don't even realize it?
Yeah, sometimes, but it also depends. Like he said, you have to focus on shooting good and not a lot of arrows. So sometimes I only shoot like, I don't know, 70 arrows, and I feel good. And my coach, he told me you have to shoot 200, and we have some fights because I don't want to shoot anymore, and he told me I have to. But it's about making good shots, not a lot of shots.
Okay, cool. So last question for the both of you, unless Emily, you have a question?
Not yet.
Not yet. Last question for the both of you then. Sara, if you could take one bit of Stephan, of his technique, of his mental attitude, of his bow, and make yourself better with it, what would it be?
His mental strength.
Mental strength, yeah. Stephan, if you could take one bit of Sara and put it into yourself, what would it be?
I would almost say the same, mental. I mean, she could go into the final and shoot a 49 when nobody else does that, so so I don't know, I guess we just have different approach to the things, but I guess mental is the big part of it. I guess shooting in the wind would also be nice to be able to shoot.
You should be great at shooting in the wind with all the practice you get in Denmark.
Well, but I've been home 13 days this year.
Oh wow.
So no.
All right, well, thank you very much, guys, for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stephan. Thank you, Sara. Say goodbye to all the guys at home, please. Wave.
Thank you.
Emily, thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much for watching. And we're gonna have a Spanish podcast coming up later today, and on Friday we're gonna sit down with Vic Wonderly and Simon Fairweather, the 2 guys that went head-to-head in the final of the Olympic Games in Sydney in 2000, to talk about what they're up to now, back in that final, and lead into the medal matches this weekend in Salt Lake City. Thanks for being with us. Hope you guys follow on the website, on social media channels, and the live stream on Saturday and Sunday. Cheers. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It was fun.
Gentlemen. Women.
Viimeinen idea, en mä viimeistä olla se.
Chili's. Ida Roman of Mexico, number 7.